Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Got to find your own.
Good morning. It's first thing in the morning. I had to set my alarm at 7:30. This is a real-time video. A lot of you have been wondering what's going on in real time, so I thought I would show you today what a real-time day is looking like for me right now. Hold on.
Hey, T. Go outside.
Hold on. There you go. Ta-da! This is real time. Stealth camping. So this is where we stealth camped last night because Sadie's got a vet appointment to get tested for valley fever. I have a doctor's appointment, and what else? Oh, my windshield. I have to get my windshield fixed. I jokingly saying that Sadie broke my windshield, but I was I'll give you a health update too. I was storing my cover to my good girl. The cover, okay, I was storing the cover to my stove on the dashboard, and it's got hooks on it, and I knew I shouldn't do that. I've been doing it for years, but I knew I shouldn't do it. And then sure enough, Sadie went running up the other night to chase something that was outside, or to bark at something that was outside, and it slammed into the windshield, and I've got a big crack. And I was a little worried about it. I thought it was worse than it is, I think, so I made an appointment. It's only $260 to get it replaced, so well, as long as I'm in town today, I'm going to go ahead and get that done. So my valley fever and my COVID symptoms that I've been having for 9 months now, 10 months, April, March, February, yeah, gosh, 11 months. Okay, so the valley fever is making all of the symptoms that I've been dealing with for the last year a lot worse. I get out of breath a lot easier, even easier than I have been. I mean, I've been getting out of breath super easy since last year, and now it's even worse. I'm out of breath now just from leaving the rig and making the bed. I didn't even really make the bed, I just threw the covers over. So, and I'm super tired. I get super tired really easy. I drove from my camp yesterday, so I spent 6 nights in a hotel, and then I was sick of the hotel. I was getting stir crazy, so I went and found a really nice spot in higher elevation, so not as much dust. And I stayed there for a week, and then I had to come back down yesterday. So I drove just like an hour and a half. I did make a couple stops. I was exhausted last night. By the time I got here, 3 o'clock, I think, I was exhausted. The thing is, I'm exhausted, like super tired, like all I want to do is lay in bed. Welcome to the sounds of the city. Sadie, don't go too far. Come here. Super tired, but I can't sleep. And I didn't sleep well last night, and I haven't been sleeping well. I've got I don't know what this is all about, super dark circles under my eyes, puffy. It's like allergies. So anyway, you wanted real time. This is real time. First thing in the morning. I haven't even had my coffee yet. This is where I spent the night. And I'm just feeling a tightness in my chest. Valley fever is a fungus in the lungs, in case you don't know, that you get from the dust and the dirt in the southwest. I'm sorry, I'm not even looking at you. I'm looking at Sadie. And I tested positive for it a couple weeks ago, and I've been doing a lot more reading on it. And most people with a healthy immune system don't necessarily get symptoms. They just kind of work through it. But because my immune system is not healthy, of course I got it. And they say it lasts like 6 months to a year. Know my luck, the way I'm feeling, it'll be a year or longer. Some people say they have symptoms for years, and that's breathing issues, lungs issues. It can spread throughout the body. I am on an antifungal regime. I was starting to feel better, I thought. So the thing is, like, when I was at my other camp, I was feeling okay. Like my breathing felt good and everything until one day I went for a 20-minute walk and I couldn't breathe. It was, I mean, like I could breathe, but it's like it is now. It felt heavy in my chest. So this cough is new, started yesterday. Last night actually. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, so my breathing isn't bad as long as I don't do anything. Sometimes I feel it, sometimes I don't, like the heaviness in my chest. I'm really feeling it today. So, all right, just thought I'd give you a real-time update. I'm getting complaints that people say I'm doing a disservice by not giving you my life in real time. I don't know. So, all right, we gotta hit the road. Sadie's got an appointment early. Come on, Sadie girl. What else was I gonna tell you? Anything else? Let me see what else. It seems like there was something else. Drove around this little city that I'm in. Oh, yesterday looking for a place to stealth camp. This is the hotel that I stayed at is here, but I really didn't want to stay in another hotel. I didn't want to spend the money. So this is an industrial area, as you can see. And let me finish my 360 here. And right there where all the cars are parked is an auto repair shop. So that's always a good spot. Auto repair shops always have lots of vehicles that they're going to be working on. I could have parked closer if I really wanted to be stealth, but no problems. Sadie did get up and bark a couple times in the middle of the night, so who knows what that what that was about. And yeah, so not bad. It was quiet until about 5 o'clock this morning. All right, come on, Sadie girl. You want to say hi? Come on, let's go. We gotta go. Want to go to the vet? Want to go to the vet? Come on. So I got to the vet 15 minutes early, in case we needed to check in. I wasn't sure how they do things in the time of COVID. But they have signs at the door. You're supposed to call. I knocked on the door. I wasn't sure what it all meant because it wasn't very clear. So they just came out, took my information, and they want everybody to wait in their vehicles until it's time, until they're ready. So they said they'll call me on the phone. Yeah, they have my number. They'll call me on the phone when it's time. They said for the interview, and it looks like they're just taking the dogs in. So Sadie's gonna have to go in by herself. It'll be interesting, which is okay. Oh, there they are. Oh, they took my baby inside without me. Wondering how she's doing in there. But I thought I would take this time that I'm sitting here in my RV waiting for Sadie to hear from the vet about her, to talk about my videos being on a delay. Again, sorry for those of you, you know what, I'll put a timestamp here for those of you who don't need to hear it because you understand, you've heard it before. You could skip this, but let me talk about it a little bit because I've been thinking a lot about it too. So this year, because I've been sick, and once I got down to the desert in November, I haven't been shooting any videos at all except for the real-time videos and the As I See It. Normally, though, I'm shooting pretty much year-round. And have you ever traveled full-time? Have any of you ever traveled full-time? In the summer, like where I am at now in my videos, I'm moving every day, maybe every 3 days, and that's a lot. That's a lot of work. So even if I'm traveling every day or every 3 days, and I'm shooting as I go, and it takes a day, sometimes 2 days to make a video. This has just been my process, my creative process all along. I can't whip together a video in a couple hours. I just can't. Sometimes I can, but not very often. And so for as long as I've been making travel videos, I have been behind. I don't know. And it seems like every year I get more and more behind. Because while I'm traveling, when I do stop, I'm making videos from a month ago or 2 months ago, and I'm very behind this year because I'm only doing one travel video a week. So if I'm videoing like every day for a month, And yeah, if I'm videoing every day for a month and I show you just a day in my life or 3 days in my life, and I'm only doing that once a week, it makes sense that I'm eventually going to end up super behind. So that's part of the reason I am so far behind. Right now, I'm probably further behind. No, I ended up being pretty far behind on Alaska, because by the time I got back from Alaska, Capone was dying too, and so I ended up getting behind. But so that's why, I mean, yeah, I have to be a little bit on a delay because for my safety, because I don't want to tell people, for example, like what city I'm in right now, because yeah, I get death threats and stalkers, mostly stalkers at this point. I got stalkers. I know I don't talk about everything, all the glamorous back stuff, behind the scenes stuff about being a YouTube creator, but some of you see it in plain sight. I have stalkers. I have crazy people who stalk me. So, yeah. And, so that's why I am so far behind on my videos. And I don't know why it matters to you so much. I don't understand why it matters. Probably half the views on my travel videos get viewed within the first couple of days of it publishing. But I was just looking back the other day. Some of my older travel videos that got maybe 10,000 or maybe 15,000 views now have 100,000 or 50,000. So I don't know. Please stop complaining. I don't know how many times I have to explain this stuff. Yes, my videos are on a delay. If you want real time, I do post more real time on Patreon. That's it. If you want more real time, and I don't post a lot of real time, but I do post some real time on Patreon. I think what I'm going to do right now, as long as I feel up to it, I will try to do what I said in the last video. I was trying to do teaching videos over the last couple years on Thursdays, but I'll do real-time updates this year on Thursdays since I don't have the energy to do like formal like teaching videos. I've got so many videos I still want to make, but they all take a lot of energy. I can just sit here and talk in front of a camera. You can even see now, even just sitting here talking, my breathing isn't as bad as when I'm walking. So that's it. I'm behind because my lifestyle is a lot of work. And then you add a full-time job on top of that. And then you add an energetic puppy who requires at least 2 hours of my time every day to exercise her. And, I just don't have time. I don't know. I saw a video a long time ago of Eric, Nomadic Fanatic. And I don't know if this was his real process, but he travels all day, sets up his camera, does all his shooting, travels, and then sits down at the end of the day and makes a video. Wow. I can't do that. For one thing, I can pretty much, my window of work, I have to start in the morning. If I don't start like before noon, I'm toast the rest of the day. It's very rare that I could actually sit down and try to work like beyond like 2 or 3 o'clock. My energy just starts to decline, especially since I have been sick the last couple of years. My energy, sometimes by noon I'm done, sometimes by 3 I'm done. So I've always been most productive in the morning. And now that I have a puppy, the first 2 hours in the morning are really devoted to her. I go out and I kick the ball around and try to get her exercised, which is a little harder now. But so yeah, that's my process. That's it's a creative process. It's like an artist creating a piece of art. You can't like say, oh, you must produce for me right now. That's just not how I work. That's not how I want to work. This part of my life is about affording freedom and living my life on my terms. And if you think I'm doing a disservice by not showing you videos the day I make them, that's kind of mean. It's kind of mean. Yeah. But for the rest of you, thank you. All right, I'm going to show you the rest of my day today. So, I just wanted to share that. Well, it's morning 2 of my real-time update here, and yesterday was the day we did all our running around Sadie's vet appointment, which was interesting. They they took her in while I waited in the RV, and then I had phone consultations and appointments with the doctors, and the staff would call me and talk to me about what's going on. So we did a complete wellness check, which is what I planned on doing anyway once I got up to her regular vet. But I really want to know about her valley fever now to know if I need to start her treatment or restrict her activity or anything. She seems fine today. I thought she was getting shortness of breath, like getting tired too fast, but it might just be the heat. It's been a lot warmer than she's used to. Sadie, come on. And so we did that, and they said it would take 24 hours for the wellness. So we did everything. We did all the blood work, fecal and everything, just to look for parasites and anything else that, since she eats mice and stuff like that. And I don't treat her with heartworm medicine because we're not usually around mosquitoes, but they scared the crap out of me about it. You know, I mean, I've researched it, I've thought about it. Capone was very rarely on it, but we did the whole, and it also deworms. And because she is such a hunter, see, Capone was never a hunter. I'm gonna go ahead and put her on. That, but we had to run, of course, all the blood work and make sure she doesn't have heartworm. I'm hearing big booms. Anyway, so there was that. So yeah, when I do this, you see, I have chest pains. Oh, interesting. Big booms. So there was that. Got the windshield fixed. That was super easy. Went in, he had it done in an hour. Got the tape is still on it. I have to remove the tape today, I guess blue or whatever. So I got that done, and couple different grocery stores so that I could get supplied up for groceries, and then my appointment for my blood work. I'm getting my my cholesterol has been through the roof. Crazy. I'm a vegan and I've got horrible cholesterol, and part of that cholesterol is not just, you know, we've been told trans fats and all that, which I don't eat a lot of. I mean, I do eat a lot of oil and stuff. But anyway, also hormones and stress are part of cholesterol. So also got a hormone test. So yeah, I've got a lot going on. So we did that. We did my zinc again, and we did my white blood cell count again. So it'll take a few days for me to get that. Sadie's full blood work is supposed to come in today sometime, so I'm kind of sticking around just in case there's anything up with that and I need to go back to the vet for treatment. So and then the valley fever test for her is going to be up to 5 days. I think they said 5 days if it's positive, 3 if it's negative. So so I ended up here last night. This is it's about 10 miles out of town from where I am getting all this stuff done, and it had mixed reviews on freecampsites.net and a couple other sites, overnight RV parking. And I remember seeing it when I was coming to the area about 3 years ago. There were 2 reports within a week that in the middle of the night, gunshots, people came in and shot at their RVs. Stuff like that kind of makes me a little skeptical. There's 2 incidences within a week of each other. Sometimes I wonder, and I've seen this before and I can't confirm, but sometimes I wonder if locals post bad reviews in some places just because they don't want people there. I mean, there's not a lot of locals around, but it just seemed a little fishy to me. Some of the other reviews over the last few years were mixed. Cops have kicked people out. Cops have driven through and let them stay. Cops told one guy, the original poster, yeah, it's okay to park there. It's a parking lot of a historical marker, and it's really big. You can see it's really big. So I looked it up at overnight RV parking first last night and drove out here, not realizing that it was the one I had already seen on freecampsites.net that had the shooting claims. So I was here last night. I'd been here for an hour and a half or something, and I was literally just in bed watching TV because that's all I do these days pretty much. And looked at, I don't know why, I was looking for where I'm gonna go next, and I saw that I was indeed in the spot where the gunshots were a couple years ago, but I was exhausted. I didn't want to move, so you know, I was a little on guard. I'm like, am I going to get kicked out by the cops? Are bad people going to come and start shooting? Thought I saw an animal over there. Sadie's digging. And Prius pulled in after right around dark, and he looked like he was sleeping in it. And some, you know, it's historical marker. It's a big pull off. There's kind of not much else out here, so it did get some traffic, some loud music, some loud people for a minute. Just it didn't last, and I really had planned on staying here, so I didn't want to pack up and move. And I spent the night uneventfully. So a cop actually pulled in right at dark. I took Sadie out for a walk. I had seen lights up there by the road, and I took Sadie for a walk and noticed that it was a cop, and he sat there for quite a while. And I'm like, is he sitting there waiting until like a cutoff time to kick us out? But I was like, he wouldn't be all the way up there. He'd be down here, and he would have already talked to us. And so yeah, so there was a cop sitting up there and didn't get kicked out by the cops. One review said they got kicked out at 5 o'clock in the morning by a cop, and so I didn't. So anyway, it's like 9 o'clock. I have no idea what I'm doing today. I can't stay here. So I might go back to stealth camping. There's a road that I want to go explore a couple miles from here. That might be a good place for me to at least hang out for the day and maybe get away with camping overnight. So anyway, that's my update. Waiting on Sadie's blood work for her parasite and stuff like that. Make sure she's okay on that front. And let me see. And don't know where I'm going today. I don't know. I'm kind of done with this area, so I'm just waiting on that, and then I'm gonna move on. And move on. I have no idea where. It kind of depends on my blood work too, which will probably take a couple days to get back. So it's beautiful here. It's real time. See, that's the thing about real-time videos. I can't tell you where I am, and then I'm not going to come back to it later and say, hey, look at this. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So, I don't know. It's been really working me that people are writing saying I'm doing a disservice by delaying my videos. How can I be doing a disservice? I just... for something you get for free. Yeah. Okay, I'll stop complaining. All right, I'm going to go in, finish my coffee, and maybe move on, go do some exploring a little bit. My breathing is better today so far than it was yesterday, but I get exhausted. I'm going to be exhausted probably in a couple hours. So if I can find a spot to stay close to town where I can get away with spending the night, that would be nice. But if not, I drove around town a lot yesterday in between appointments to scope out some possible stealth camping, and there's a few. So, all right, that's the reality of life on the road. Yeah, the real reality of life on the road, when you have to deal with stuff, when you have to adult. That's not fair. I adult all the time, but you know, when I have to take care of stuff like this. All right, see you later.
Woke up this morning with the sunrise in my eyes. Just like a new day, a breath of fresh air in my life. I don't know how, don't know why, but I'll be toasting all my life. My boots and briefcase are waiting at the door. My ride sweeter to meet the one I love. I don't know how and don't know why, but I'll be toasting all my life. Oh, it's sweeter the first time around.
people showed up at the spot I was in, and I was kind of just getting ready to go anyway, but they looked like they were on drugs. Not a big deal. I mean, they were friendly. Sadie ran over and they brought Sadie back, but that's kind of the vibe I got from that area, even being there. So I decided just to go ahead and pack up on the spot and hit the road. And I ended up here. It's a bird watching spot near the town I'm in, or wildlife watching. And this is sometimes, I just thought I'd turn on the camera and share this because this is sometimes what I do. Especially if I'm stealth camped, the key to stealth camping is getting out early. And, and especially if the vibe isn't really good and I don't really want to hang out there, which I knew when I pulled in last night, I didn't want to hang out there. So I hit the road, and since I don't really have anything going on today, I'm really just waiting for Sadie's results to see if I need to pick up some medication for her or something. I just started going down roads. There was one road I wanted to check out that was in a wildlife preserve, and there was nothing down that road, and it ended up in a residential area, which is never good for hanging out, especially in areas like this where I'm seeing a lot of, let's just say, rugged individualism. And so people like that don't necessarily like strangers hanging out near their places. So I ended up following a binocular sign that said, binocular sign. So here I am, nice and quiet spot. I just made a bagel, and I'm just kind of hanging out, waiting for a phone call from the vet. And thought I'd just show you this.
Sadie's sleeping. Sadie's comfy cozy. Oh, you comfy cozy?
I'm not going anywhere. Oh, look at you, pretty girl. What do you think? You want to eat? Okay, so I'm just going to hang out here for a little while, stick around, mosey around town, maybe take Sadie to the dog park while I wait for test results, and I will check in with you maybe tomorrow if I get the test results. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. I'll see you soon.